During the time of Lord Buddha, there was a young woman who had just given birth to her first child. She was filled with joy and love for her child and cherished every moment spent with him. But tragedy struck when her child fell ill and died, leaving the young woman consumed by grief and despair. Desperate to bring her child back to life, the young woman carried his body from house to house, seeking a medicine or a cure that could revive him. But no one could help her, and she began to feel hopeless and lost. Then, a wise woman suggested that the young woman seek the guidance of Lord Buddha. She was told that Lord Buddha is a wise and compassionate teacher who can offer guidance and support in times of great suffering. The young woman decided to take the advice and set out to find Lord Buddha. When she finally reached Lord Buddha, she fell at Buddha's feet and begged for help to bring her child back to life. Lord Buddha was filled with compassion for her suffering and told her that it was possible to bring her child back to life, but she would need to bring some mustard seeds from a house where no one had died. Feeling hopeful, the young woman set out to find the mustard seeds. She went from house to house, asking for the seeds and explaining Lord Buddha's condition. But in every house, she was told that someone had died there. She felt increasingly discouraged and disheartened as she searched. As she continued her search, the young woman met many people who had also experienced the pain of losing a loved one. She saw the suffering in their eyes and heard the stories of their loss. She began to understand that death is a natural part of life and that everyone experiences it at some point. Eventually, after searching through the entire village, the young woman returned empty-handed. She told what she had learned during her search, and Lord Buddha taught her the impermanence of life and the importance of accepting the reality of death. Lord Buddha explained that death is a natural part of the cycle of life and that everything in the world is impermanent, encouraging her to let go of her attachment to her child and to focus on the present moment. The young woman finally understood that her child's death was a part of the natural cycle of life and death, and that she needed to let go of her attachment to them. She became a disciple of Lord Buddha and dedicated herself to the spiritual path, finding peace and solace in Buddha's teachings. And so, the young woman's journey to find mustard seeds taught her an important lesson about the nature of life and death, and the importance of compassion and acceptance in the face of suffering. She learned that death was an inevitable part of life, but that through mindfulness and compassion, she could find peace and happiness in the present moment. In our lives, we all experience loss and suffering. Whether it's the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or a disappointment in our career or personal life, we all face moments of pain and despair. During these times, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed and hopeless, to cling to our grief and hold on to the past. But it's important to remember that nothing in life is permanent, and that everything is constantly changing and evolving. By accepting the impermanence of life and letting go of our attachment to the past, we can find peace and happiness in the present moment. We can learn to appreciate the beauty of life and all its experiences, even the painful ones, and cultivate compassion and understanding for ourselves and others.